London is often described as a global city, finance, royalty, history. But for the ultra-wealthy, London is not experienced as a destination. It is a membership system. You are either inside it or you are observing it. And how the ultra-wealthy move through London reveals a form of luxury built not on indulgence, but on belonging. Arrival without performance. The ultra-wealthy rarely arrive in London dramatically. No spectacle, no announcement. Private aviation lands quietly at business terminals. Farnborough, Biggin Hill, Northolt. Transfers are handled by chauffeurs who don't introduce themselves and vehicles chosen for anonymity, not presence. Bentleys over supercars, dark colors, unmarked entrances. Arrival is not an event, it's administrative. In London, power avoids performance. Why the ultra-wealthy don't stay in London. Luxury hotels in London are exceptional. Claridge's, the Connaught, the Dorchester, and yet the ultra-wealthy rarely stay in them. Hotels imply transience. The ultra-wealthy operate from inherited townhouses, long-held residences, family apartments, private leased floors, places that don't rotate guests, places that remember. Staff are not hired seasonally, they are retained. In London, permanence is the loudest signal. Movement without urgency. London is not navigated for efficiency. The ultra-wealthy do not rush. Time is protected by predictability, not speed. Routes are chosen for consistency. Drivers are chosen for memory. Schedules are flexible because access is guaranteed. Being late is rare. Being early is unnecessary. But where they go matters far more than how they move. The real luxury of London membership. In London, luxury does not announce itself. It admits. The true centers of power are not hotels or boutiques. They are private members' clubs, clubs that don't advertise, clubs that don't explain themselves, clubs where introductions matter more than money. Membership is inherited, sponsored, or earned over decades. And once inside, visibility disappears. In London, wealth buys comfort. Membership grants power. Dining without transactions. For most visitors, dining in London is reservation-based. For the ultra-wealthy, it's relational. They don't browse menus. They don't chase openings. They don't dine to be seen. Tables are held indefinitely. Chefs adjust without discussion. Preferences are remembered, not recorded. Meals are not events. They are continuations. At the highest level, service becomes familiarity. London without cultural cues. Museums, theaters, and galleries operate differently for the ultra-wealthy. Exhibitions are accessed privately. Performances are viewed from inherited boxes. Art is encountered without crowds. There is no rush, because access is permanent. Luxury is not seeing everything. It's seeing things without interruption. Why London rewards silence. London does not reward display, it rewards restraint. The ultra-wealthy do not brand themselves publicly here. They do not signal aggressively. They do not seek recognition. Recognition implies novelty. In London, novelty is a liability. And this is why London feels impenetrable, even to the very rich. Why London feels small at the top. For most people, London feels endless. Neighborhoods blur into one another. History layers over itself. The city stretches outward. For the ultra-wealthy, London becomes remarkably small. Movement happens within a narrow orbit. The same streets, the same clubs, the same addresses, the same people. Not because curiosity is absent, but because predictability protects continuity. Expansion is for newcomers. Compression is for power. Why inheritance matters more than money. London is one of the few global cities where money alone is insufficient. Wealth can buy access to property. It can buy comfort. It can buy proximity, but it cannot buy acceptance. True integration into London's elite is inherited through family history, institutional trust, repeated presence, discretion across generations. This is why London resists disruption. In London, power is remembered. Why visibility is a disadvantage here. In many global cities, visibility is leverage. In London, it's friction. Public recognition attracts scrutiny. Scrutiny invites disruption. Disruption threatens continuity. The ultra-wealthy in London do not seek to be unseen for aesthetic reasons. They seek to be unseen so the system continues to work. Power here is not displayed, it is preserved. London is often described as a global city. The final truth about London. London does not open itself to the ultra-wealthy. That belief belongs to outsiders. It assumes the city is a door, a prize, something waiting to be unlocked. But London is not a door. It is a system that folds inward. And the more wealth, influence, and permanence you bring with you, the less of the city you are allowed to see. At first, this feels counterintuitive. More money should mean more access, more choice, more opportunity. But in London, expansion is not the reward. Reduction is. The city becomes quieter. Streets lose their names. Buildings lose their spectacle. What remains is not more London, but a narrower version of it. This is not because the city lacks opportunity. It is because opportunity at this level has already been distributed. Decisions were made years ago, positions established quietly, paths settled without ceremony. Nothing is competitive anymore, because competition implies uncertainty, and London has no use for uncertainty. What most people mistake for exclusivity is simply visibility with restrictions. Private rooms, members-only spaces, invitation-only events. These are not the inner city. They are buffers. They absorb ambition, they manage aspiration, they keep attention occupied. The real London does not advertise itself because it has nothing to gain from being discovered. As wealth deepens, curiosity fades. Not from boredom, but from completion. The ultra-wealthy do not explore London endlessly. They compress it. Their world reduces to a handful of routes, a few consistent faces, a limited set of rooms where nothing needs explanation. This is not minimalism, it is efficiency perfected over decades. London becomes predictable. Not predictable like a routine, but predictable like gravity. You know where things will land, who will be present, what will remain unchanged. Surprise disappears, and with it, risk. At this point, London no longer feels like a city. It feels like a closed loop. Conversations resume after years without introductions. Names circulate without being spoken. Decisions occur without meetings. The city remembers you, but it does not watch you. Being watched implies evaluation. Evaluation implies instability. London prefers certainty. This is the quiet transformation most never articulate. London does not become larger as you rise within it. It becomes smaller, not because doors close, but because you stop being offered new ones. What remains is what has already proven itself. And this is where the illusion of exclusivity dissolves. Exclusivity suggests desire, something withheld to increase value. London is not performing scarcity. It is selective by inertia. Selection happens slowly, silently, without feedback. You are not told why you remain. You are not told why others vanish. Explanation would imply negotiation. There is none. Once this is understood, London stops feeling intimidating. Not because it welcomes you, but because you realize it was never reacting to you at all. The city does not respond to ambition. Ambition is transient. It responds only to presence sustained over time. Consistency, predictability, absence of disruption. This is why urgency feels out of place here. Why spectacle fades quickly. Why noise is ignored rather than opposed. London does not correct behavior. It simply stops accommodating it. And what is no longer accommodated eventually removes itself. So the final truth about London is not that it is difficult to access. It is that access is not the goal. The city does not reward desire. It does not mirror effort. It does not acknowledge arrival. It recognizes only what has already settled. If London feels calmer to you now, smaller, quieter, unchanged, that is not because you have reached its center. It is because the city has reduced itself to only what it intends to keep. And that reduction, that narrowing, is the highest form of inclusion London offers. Not visibility, not privilege, but frictionless continuity.